Hello and welcome to Forged. I am so excited. I'm going to dive right in because I have one of my favorite people here with me today, and it's always a pleasure because this girl is in demand. She's very rarely available. So today was a blessing. I was able to grab her and bring her in here, and I want to have a conversation, but I want to say a couple things, first of all, about her. I'm madly in love with her, number one. Number two, there's certain people that you meet in your world of business that just feel like family and it feels like home, and that's Allison to me because there's such a beautiful ease about her skill set, her as a person and a person in the world, I guess is the best way to say. But enough about my gloating over her. I couldn't help it. But I just can't wait to share everything about Allison with you. And I think there's a lot of inspiration here too for women, for creatives, for entrepreneurs. We're going to dive into all of it. So, with all of that being said, I want Allison to give you just a little bit of background. I met her, by the way, because she did my makeup one day, way back in the day. And then her father was a member of my gym way back in the day. And so,
I know, just total coincidence.
yes, it was so weird. Well, the dad came first.
Right, Dad came first, and then
And then the makeup.
Yeah.
But I never wanted to leave the house without Allison doing my makeup the next day, and so it was really bad. So, but anyway, I just want you to share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how you got into where you are now, and then we're gonna take it from there.
how I started doing makeup.
Yes.
I never know how to make this concise because it was a long story.
That's okay.
But I'll
That's
do
all
my
right.
best. So I've been doing makeup since I was a preschooler. Like, I loved it. Nobody in my family was into it. This was my thing. But
funny.
I would watch inappropriately. I was like 4 watching MTV because I have older brothers and sisters.
That's
A
classic.
brother and sister. And so they're like almost a decade older. So I'm like watching all these music videos, but I noticed the women and just how gorgeous they were.
So
And
what
the-
year would that have been?
So this is early 80s. So
Oh, wow.
this
Oh.
is like
So the video
85, 84, 85. I started
Okay.
watching. Should I be here or should I be here?
You're right here. We're good. You can look there if you want to.
And and yeah, I just was so inspired by their beauty. And so I'm like, well, I understood that it was makeup and it
Yeah.
was hair, and it made, to me, their beauty per song helped play into the character and helped tell the story, helped me feel
true.
the song better
Yeah.
because of how they looked.
Yeah. No.
And
for
so
sure.
I noticed that so early. And before preschool, my mom bought me plastic makeup. It was obviously nothing's coming off of it, right? But I would go through the process in the morning before school.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm putting on my fake nothing, my fake everything,
Oh my gosh.
And I loved the process too because I loved it. It was an art to me.
Yeah.
But I was, drawing, and I won my first art competition or art award when I was 5.
Oh.
And I remember being mortified. I was
Do you
so
still have it?
embarrassed. No, I think my mom said she can't find it.
Oh,
She's
no.
been through 100 moves since then. So who knows in the ether. It was Elmer Fudd. And I remember there's a picture of me holding it up in front of the whole school with the teacher. And I didn't want to hold it up. And so in the picture, she's holding my hands up like, girl, show. And I'm like, and I was so
Aw.
shy. I was painfully shy. I was a very scared, timid child. But I felt like me when I drew.
Yeah. Yeah. Expression.
Yeah. And that was my quiet me time. So anyway.
I love that.
Yeah. And I never stopped it. But I did continue to be shy. My neck, and I switched schools and states, but art was always my consistent, right? And it's where, there's parents divorced and nobody's talking to, and the
No,
ba
but,
ba ba, and
but it's
you
right
grow
what you
up
said.
and
It was consistent. It was the
it was
consistent
my
part.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I always turn to it.
Yeah.
And I now I draw, every week. I always had a project going on. But then I remember I got enough. Never mind. I'm tangenting too much.
That's okay.
So then I wanted to be an animator for Disney.
yes. I
I'm like,
remember
that's
that,
going to
yeah.
be my direction. That's what I'm
Okay,
going to do.
Okay.
And this was in 1997 that I started to go towards that route. And I
Okay.
went to the school. There was a university that Disney was hiring like 25% of their animators from. So I went
wow.
to that school.
That's where I'm going.
In that program. And I had art scholarships, and I was going to do it. And then I get to class, and it's like, record screech. Guess what? Everything's on a computer now.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, but I brought my pencils.
Oh,
you know,
my gosh.
it's like, I was doing terribly in school, and I hated it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this not me? First of all, when I got on campus, I hated it. It was just, it just didn't feel right. It was
didn't
like,
fit.
all of a sudden, I turned into this, round peg trying to be stuck in a square hole. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not me.
But don't you think it's
I felt
cool?
it immediately.
But that's to say, don't you think it's cool how you knew and then you listened? So many people, so many people go against their intuition or against what they already know because someone told them to, they're supposed to, whatever it is. But I love that you listened.
Well, I was a really, really independent child. We all were. I mean, we're Gen X.
Yeah.
I'm at the tail end of Gen X, but and we were left alone. This
yes,
is not.
we were.
And so all I had was me.
Yeah.
Now I had loving parents who were hatefully divorced. And my mom was a single mom. She's in nursing school. She's gone all the time. You know, we're letting ourselves in after school. We're alone. We're just alone all the time. But I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I didn't know any other way. So it was very instinctual to listen to myself because I am all I've ever had.
Well, you could trust it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a strong intuition and gut, and it's
Yes, you do.
I trust it.
Yes, you do.
So, I hated school immediately, and I continued on with the year, but I'm like, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided, and then this was in Indiana.
Okay.
And so I decided, all right, I'm packing it, and I'm going to move out to Arizona, and I'm going to, my dad, my brother lived here.
Okay.
I was born here, but raised back there. And so I was just doing odd, I'm trying to finish college, and I even though I hated it, but my dad told me I had to.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I want to go to the Art Institute.
Well, and you got to listen to
wanna-
Howard.
You have to. There isn't any other way, although there is now.
Yes, absolutely.
Homies get a little watered down as they get older.
Thank God.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Thank God. Thank God for all of it that everyone does, really. And then, so when I was 19, I had a really horrendous car accident, and it was extremely traumatic and earth-shattering.
I remember
And
you shared that with me.
yeah, and so I had to be like more on my own than ever. I couldn't handle school anymore. I'm like, I went to psychotherapy like 3 times a week. It was very intense to work through that time. And it was a big growth period in my life where I learned so much. I went from saying right after this accident, I am never going to smile again. And I know that. To within 2 years saying like, the whole point is to live your purpose and to smile.
Yeah.
It's like, I did some major work in those 2 years.
Well,
so
life kind of hit you like that.
Whew, it did. Certainly did. Hit me
Yeah.
young too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I had a baby on my own and was a single mom. No support there, which was fine because it was the best way.
Right.
Sometimes it just is. And I was a single mom bartending and just trying to buy diapers, literally trying to buy diapers.
Yeah.
And I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, just me and my little pumpkin. And in Scottsdale.
Kyle, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Kyle. And then, so as I'm bartending one night, we're locking up, and then we get jumped, and we get robbed. The place gets robbed, but
Oh my gosh.
now I have a shotgun to me.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was, here we go. Here's another
Yeah.
trauma. It's like,
yeah.
so, it was just like the movies too. They like literally jump out from behind the bushes, 2 guys dressed in black, head to toe, duffel bag, shotguns, right at me. And right at us. And so we're like, they lead us back into the restaurant, and then we're like laying down on the ground and that tile against my face, and
Oh
I'm
my
like
gosh.
waiting to feel like, I immediately started praying because I'm like, so I was in the moment, but just trying to like survive the moment and not knowing
Exactly.
what to expect. And
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, I didn't arrange anyone to take care of my son, and what's it going to feel like wincing, like waiting for the bullet to hit me in the back. I mean,
my
I thought
gosh,
this is what was
Allison.
going to happen.
Wow.
So then fast forward through that. How do you do that?
You do it like Gen X does it.
Well, like,
I mean,
how do you sum
honestly.
up the story?
Yeah.
So then I went home that night and hugged my son. Like, I probably squeezed him half to death
Oh my
because
gosh.
I didn't think I was ever going to see him again. And then...
Did they catch the guys?
They did.
Okay, good.
Fuckers came back 2 days later, robbed the place again because they couldn't get the money from us that night because the manager couldn't open the safe. She couldn't figure out the code. So, yeah, but they did catch them. They were hitting a bunch of places around.
Wow.
But that was extremely traumatizing. And I was like, I went straight back to my therapist, my trauma therapist from my accident. And I was like, hey, guess who's back again? And she said I did all the right things. I went straight back to work. Mm-hmm. And because I knew she's a get back on the horse immediately.
Go back in the
straight
routine.
When it goes right back, because otherwise the phobia starts and it gets bigger and bigger.
And
it controls you.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And so...
but really quick,
yeah.
that experience, Allison, I think is something that a lot of young people today don't understand, because the way that most of the therapy, counseling, psychiatry is built, it's built to keep you stuck in that environment of a victimhood, revolving around what happened, what could have happened, what might have happened, all those questions, rather than, I like that she told you, which is true, get right back into your routine, because yes, that was a traumatic experience, an adverse experience. However, you are here, and you have to make those decisions. I'm going to keep moving forward.
Right. This is just part
it's
of
not going to take you out.
Right.
Right.
It's just now just a part of you, and I'm going to give you the tools so you learn how to. You're never going to get over any of it.
No.
So don't expect that.
Right.
But here are some great tools.
Yeah.
And here you go.
Off you go. Whoever you spoke to,
off
because
you go.
there's not many like that, because they know. It's so funny. I'm working on a podcast really quick that I'm doing on my own, a solo cast, and it's between Freud and Adler, which are the two fathers of psychoanalysis, and I can't wait to get it done. But this basically just verifies it for me, how we are a world of Freud versus a world of Adler. Adler is what you did. Adler is, I'm going to take this, and it happened to me. It's part of my DNA now. It's part of my story. It's not going to define me. But that's his model. But the world adopted the Freud model, which is victim. It's not your fault. Blame it on this person. If you don't make it in life, it's because of this. It's crazy.
Oh, I'd have so many good excuses if I just wanted to sit on my couch all day, and I don't think anyone would blame me.
No, they wouldn't. No, not at all. Not at all.
But like, ew, how boring. And when you just sit and stew in a life of regret, knowing you had so much more to do here?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Everything's a speed bump, and they suck.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, my God.
But,
the life is so...
But who you are on the other side of it is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and you know what? I never thought I would say this. I am so grateful for those two things. You know, actually, I could have done without being held at gunpoint. I could have done without it.
Yeah,
you know?
I hear you.
I still, and I jump scare real easy. I mean, there's still things that
Well, there's going to be an imprint. You can't get away from that. But what you did was,
you keep going.
Moving forward.
You keep going.
Yeah.
So, about a week after my accident, or maybe a couple weeks now, or not my accident, the gunpoint the robbery. I'm still going to work, bartending, as I'm scheduled, and it's just killing me more every time. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm an artist. Why am I bartending? And this horrible thing happened and could have ended my life at a place I'm not even supposed to be at. Like, what am I doing with my life? You know what I mean?
Great question.
And so I was on the ground picking up my son's toy, cleaning up, and I just started crying, like sobbing, like, what am I doing? And I had this like come to Jesus prayer, and I meant it with every cell in my body.
Good.
Because I did not know how to get out of this. I have so many bills to pay. I'm in an apartment with my son with no child support. No, I mean, it is me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do, but Just make me passionate about it and I will do it. And I meant it. I'm about to
that.
start my
I felt
period, so
that.
I'm going to cry right now.
I felt that. What you just said.
Oof.
Yeah.
I meant it so hard. And I literally even had the image of a janitor. Like, I will be so good at it, though.
Yeah.
Like, just make me passionate about it. I'm open.
Yeah.
Whatever you got for
Use
me.
me.
I'm open.
Use me.
And within a couple days of that prayer, I got a phone call from an acquaintance who was moving here from LA. She was a makeup artist in LA. And she's like, hey, our mutual friend said that you are really good with makeup and hair. And I'd been doing on everybody. I mean, I was like in the back of the restaurant cutting people's hair. And I don't cut hair. I don't cut hair.
You should. You can do
I know.
it
I feel
all.
like I'd be really good at it.
No, you would be.
But I don't cut hair. And, makeup on prom, everybody, my whole life, just because I loved it.
Yeah.
For no other reason.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would ever do it for a living because to do makeup for a living, you move to LA and you do films, and that I was like, that's super foreign.
See, that's the pure essence of a true entrepreneur. You would do it whether you're getting paid for it or not, and you would do it and lose track of time.
Oh yeah,
that is. I keep
it.
telling my Gen Zs, that is the essence of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
When you find something like that, that is your passion. That is your calling.
Naturally,
there is no forcing.
There's
anything.
no force, and you just naturally have an excitement about it.
Yep.
That's your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Run along now.
Exactly.
Enjoy.
and it may look different than you think it will. It may evolve. You evolve with it, but God knows what He's doing.
Yeah, and I had no clue how to do this. So the girl was like, "I want to start up a makeup artist team, and would you do this with me?" I'm like, thank
the light comes down. And
yeah, like my phone is lit with whites of this godly phone call. And maybe it was a big fat coincidence. Obviously it wasn't, but
we know it wasn't.
Whatever. And I was like, this is it. Okay. All right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go so hard. Let's go. So we had different work ideas. She wanted to mostly focus on wedding, but it gave me, I'm so grateful for her forever because she gave me the idea to do it. And so...
Gave you permission almost.
It really did, because going and working at a makeup counter, I'm like, I don't fit in with those people. I always admired them because I did work at a department store for a while, and I went up to the retail with the clothes, and I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to be down there.
That's also a structured way. When you said a minute ago, I didn't have any idea how to do it. That's like a structure that you're trying to fit in again, which you mentioned a little bit ago. Right, which when you said I was trying to be the square peg in the round hole.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think that's part of the messaging too, even like with your kids, explaining to them in that type of of the words is that there is an art form to even listening to that voice and listening to that, because I don't need to figure it out. I just need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like if you look at it do makeup, well, I need to go to LA, what you said. I need to go to a makeup counter. I'm like, no,
or
I just go.
School for it or something.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I just go.
I don't want to do that. I like how I do makeup. I don't want to go learn how somebody else does it.
Well, they would jack you up.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is weird, and I don't fit in with them. I don't even like wearing black. They always wear black. I wear white and jeans and boots. Like I don't act like that, and I don't look like that, and
which is why we love you.
Anyway, so so it gave me permission. That's a good way to put it. And so I just went, because I knew this was from God. I was like, well, then it can't fail.
Exactly.
I know it can't fail.
Exactly.
And I would call people on the phone and be like, hi, my name's Allison, and I would literally grab the phone book, because I didn't even have a computer then.
Yeah.
This is over 20 years ago. And I'm like, and I would drive around with Kyle in the back seat. He was like 3 years old, and I would go around to those magazine to pick up free magazines that were outside the grocery stores and stuff, and flip through the fashion and be like, what's an art director? Okay, who would hire the makeup artist? And I'd find out who they were, look up their phone number in the phone book, and then be like, hi. And my voice is shaking and my mouth is dry, and I hated it.
Though.
I hated it. I was so uncomfortable. It killed me. I would just dread. I would try to work up to each phone call. Okay, all right, I can do this.
But you're out of your comfort zone, which is where you got to go.
Completely.
Yeah.
So I built up a makeup kit. Any extra money I was getting from bartending, I would buy different tones of foundations that I liked.
I love it.
And I was building it, and I took it so seriously. And I immediately adopted the mindset of there is no plan B. Plan B is to make plan A work. There is only plan
Good girl.
A. That's
Good
it.
girl. Yep.
That it. I
Yeah.
burned the boats, you know.
Yeah.
So I started getting work, you know, and I joined networking groups and just made sure I was on time. I looked cute. I was really personable. I tried to understand what everybody did during the job. So I never assisted anybody. I didn't know. I mean, and it was so gorgeous. Where I was bartending had so many contacts there, and I didn't know it. Like, this place where I bartended shares a parking lot with a production company, and they would come in, and they were my regulars.
I tell a lot of my young kids I work with, getting a job at a restaurant or a bar, even though, I mean, the whole bar scene is different, you will meet more people and you will learn more interpersonal skills than you will if you're just doing a nanny job or whatever. I mean, not to down any of that stuff, but when you get in that, you think on the fly, you adapt, you pivot, it's
absolutely,
it's
so good for your even though it'll make you cynical and hate the general public too, which it definitely did.
Well, the service industry now is just, they get beaten up all the time. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, but it builds your character, and then dragging trash out, you know, and you're dumping it into a dumpster, and it's the smell, and it's humbling, and I think that's good for you.
Yeah, and it makes you, whenever you do go to a restaurant, you have a very different response to people
and value for people. Yeah, it's good for the soul.
So how did you so how did you start when you had it and you did all the groundwork with all the all the calling and all the things that are out of your comfort zone? Did you stay with that group, or did you go on your own?
I worked with her for like 6 months. It was just her and I.
Okay.
And she mainly wanted to focus on weddings, and we just had different lifestyles. I was a mom, and she definitely wasn't, at that time. And so, I was very professional and wanted to be, and she's like, oh, if we can get around to it, but whatever.
Yeah. Different.
I was like, no, I had like a fire under my ass. Like, we must do this. Let's go.
Ready.
We need contact. So every single day I worked on it. Every single day.
Love it.
Who doesn't know about me yet? They want to work with me. They just don't know it yet. Mm-hmm. And that was my attitude, and I believed it. And so, I just built slowly. I just got more people that.
Now, were you working with more individuals, or were you working with more magazines or photographers?
There was a couple of a couple of magazines that I was working with. Lots of photographers, still photography, and then a couple of production companies.
Okay.
And I just learned as I went. I stared at that monitor and noticed, the talent needs a safety pin. Well, I must always have safety pins with me then. Like and just was
the kit,
which is why it's a literal trunk.
Yeah,
and it weighs over 100 pounds.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen it many times.
Because I was like, there's no other option than for this to work. So I must be perfect. Like I don't want to use the word perfect, but like
no, you're
you have to make yourself irreplaceable.
Agree.
Don't give anyone a reason to need to hire somebody else.
Right. Well, especially when you're on a shoot, you jump in on hair, makeup, wardrobe. And you're there, and you're actually, you're an asset.
Yeah, I'm fully engaged.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So what have you seen with the makeup industry and your work? How have you evolved?
I don't like, the makeup industry is a lot about, there's two different sides. There's the side that sells to the public, which is all about trends, which they're all bullshit. Trends are stupid.
Thank you.
And they're just made to push products to people who don't know any better.
Yeah.
And to make you feel stupid. Like, oh, you need this. Didn't you know you need this?
And you need all of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you should even get up tomorrow.
Exactly.
So,
and don't go out of the house.
Yeah. So there's that side, which I don't identify with, and I've always hated makeup trends. But then there's and then there's another side that is just changing. I mean, there's so many makeup people now.
But I think the way that you do makeup, I think the person that you are, you work with the person, not putting your skill on every other person, if that makes sense. Like I there are some makeup artists that I can look at that and I go, I know who did that makeup.
Yeah.
Rather
it's like
than,
a stamp.
Yeah, perfect way of saying it. Yeah. It's you're not looking at the individual.
Yeah.
And how can I bring out everything about this person?
How
This
can
is
I
how
make
I
them
do it.
super hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how I do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for
I
sure.
know. It's a weird, and I learned that was a mindset. And that's kind of like how, you know, the makeup counters do makeup, like matters. I mean, it's very like, this is what we do, this is what we do, you know. And I don't know. I mean, there's a huge market for it. It's awfully popular.
It's always there, but
So,
I think whenever you're someone like you and like you've chosen to be, you know, is to listen to that voice and still make your mark, however you're going to make it. I don't think you'll ever be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do that. You're going to be authentic in everything that you do.
Always.
You know, and so with the makeup skill that you have right now and with the artistry. And we're gonna put some of Allison's artwork into the episode. But I look forward to your face painting, your body painting, which is phenomenal. How did that start?
The body paint. I've been body painting. Quickly I became a yes person. So whatever anybody asked me,
I can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, real quick, funny story. I got asked, I had been doing makeup for probably like 5 years, maybe 3 to 5 years at this point, and this producer asked me to do, if I did airbrush makeup, because they needed headshots done on all their anchors.
Oh.
This was on a Friday, and we have a photo shoot on Monday. First of all, are you available? Can you airbrush? Yes and yes. So I
What's
go.
airbrushing? No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. I go on Google and I'm like, where the hell do I get an airbrush? And so I find one that's not used, still in the package, from Craigslist. On Craigslist, back when you could do Craigslist, right, and not get murdered.
Exactly.
And I meet this girl, this random stranger in a park. I'm like, can you meet tonight? You know?
Oh my God.
And we met in a Target parking lot and did the exchange. And then Monday, I practiced all weekend. I'm like, oh, geez, this is easy. So, and so I show up on Monday, and I'm ready to airbrush. None of the anchors wanted airbrush. They're like, yeah, we don't even like that. No problem.
Oh my
Awesome.
Gosh. Well, you added another skill set.
I did, and I did, and you know what? A couple of clients that I still have to this day found me because I could add airbrushing on my website, and I was very optimized in Google at the time.
Yeah.
And so they called me like, hey, you airbrush makeup? And they are like spectacular clients of mine to this day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped airbrushing within a few years because I didn't really like it. But
so how did that translate to body painting?
well, so sorry, I got tangent.
No, it's okay.
This model one day asked me if I could body paint, and I was like, well, yeah. Again, yes. And
yes, I can. You
and
sound like me.
I will buy some. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I already have it.
I didn't. But I bought some body paint, and I had to go to the sex store to get it because they didn't have any locally.
The horror.
Oh, I was so embarrassed, and I was like, pulling, and or the Kessel one.
Oh,
And I was like, I am here for body paint, people. Like in the parking lot, I was so embarrassed.
My God.
When you're young, now I wouldn't care. I'd be like, whatever. I'm not.
Well, now it's everywhere anyway.
Yeah, at the time I was so embarrassed, and I buy my paint. Anyway, so I did she wanted a Cardinals jersey, and I did it. And as soon as I started doing it, I'm like, this is just like painting murals, which I'd already done before too.
Love, yeah.
And so I'm like, this is so fun. Oh my gosh, the challenge is so cool. Body paint now on my website.
I love it.
Yeah, and so I started, and I would do them for free, and my contacts, I would say, hey, I body paint now, and get pictures, and it just happened really fast.
Wow.
I mean, everything, it's like if you just take the steps of doing something that is exciting to you.
And not have to be perfect at it in the beginning.
I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I think people think that in order to say yes to something, you have to be the expert already. Yeah. Maybe you should be, but I never did.
But you know what, though?
And I
think
never
it paralyzes you. I think it paralyzes
Yes, I never would have done this business.
That's what I'm saying. I think it paralyzes you because you have that ideal that you think you have to meet. And I always tell people, don't worry about expectations. Have your standards.
Yes.
That you know that this is what I am. I will not finish this until it's at my standard. And then that way you kind of meet or exceed it. So, quick question: how did you go from painting human bodies to horse bodies?
Again, one of the clients that called me for airbrushing, she...
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, I still do her makeup and her whole family to this day. And the daughter is a horse jumper, and they have this charity event in Florida every year, and the people decorate their horses. And so, of course, she's like, we painted them last year. Can you paint them this year? And I was like, yes, not without my husband, though.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's right. Oh,
because
that's right.
my husband's an oil painter. He's
Yeah.
incredibly talented, more so than I. We are different types of artists, but he's just phenomenally talented. He would have been a threat to me if we went to class together in art class. Like, I always felt like, oh, I ain't got no competition. He would have been my competition, and it would have pissed me off.
That's funny.
But, so that's how that happened, is that one of my makeup clients asked me to paint the horses. And now we've done it twice, and now we're good at it.
Yeah. Oh,
now we know the
amazing.
paint to use. Now we know the timing and all that. But the body painting on me happened in 2020 when we were in the lockdown mode, and I was so depressed for 2 weeks, and I was like, well, then I don't, how am I going to pay anything? We were all in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
And so, and I was doing the Netflix until 3 a.m. thing. I was doing all that, right? And I was like, no, stop, all done.
That was such a weird time because I think
the first 2 weeks.
I think you did my makeup when I had Phyllis shoot that, and we were down in Old Town, and there was there was not one car in Old Town.
Yes,
it was just the kids, the kids that we had in the shoot.
Yep,
that was it. That was so weird.
And that street is one of the I used to drive up and down getting free magazines to find out when I was trying to build my. So I was like, well, if I'll do something artistic, obviously, to fill my time. So I'll work on a project, and if I can't like paint on other people, I guess I'll just
paint yourself.
Paint on me. And I needed to do it so I wasn't gonna, I was crying. Like, it was so depressing.
Yeah.
And so I would start with something small on my face, just something happy. And the day I did it, I was like, I'll do something rainbow themed because I need a damn rainbow right now, And then I ended up filling my whole face up with rainbows. I was like, damn, I really needed that. Apparently, I just had a rainbow just dripping off of me like lava. And in the photo. And so I was like, this is fun, and people liked it. Okay, what should I paint tomorrow?
Next? Yeah.
And so I made this list of everything that, like, just made me happy. This is my happy project. Mm-hmm. And the list got bigger and bigger as I did things, and as I started here, and then now I'm incorporating my neck. And I was
the whole body.
I was so timid about it at first. I'm like, I can't show my boobs. I must blur that out. I have to edit that out. Like, how do you do that? And, it was only shy. And then I'm like, well, now I'm going to be Mary Poppins. Like, now I'm going to, my list just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so then, now I'm doing Spider-Man. I'm in these weird positions.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah. And so I just taught myself to do it on me and doing logos. First, I have the idea, something that just sounds so fun, and how to do it 3-dimensionally so it looks like I'm holding something or whatever. I have the idea first, and I give no mind. I pay no attention to how difficult it might be. Mm-hmm. That's not even a consideration.
It's going to get it done.
Gonna get it done. Yeah. And then when I start, I'm like, oh, what have I done? Oh, my God.
Well, because you can't
This
stop.
is going to take 10 hours. Yeah, and I'm 5 hours in, and I did, so now here we are.
So what's your favorite medium of, like, are you like to paint, to makeup, to mural, to the horses?
I love what I'm, in my house, my husband was the artist, and I let him do that bartending.
Okay,
he was the hot new guy at the bar.
Oh, perfect.
He's who was with me when I was held at gunpoint.
Oh my gosh!
He stayed after. He bartended that night too, but he stayed, and just wanted to hang out as I finished up the shift.
Wow.
So, him, me, and then the manager. But he was kind of unaffected by it. He, doesn't remember it that well. Like, oh, yeah, it was a blip. Yeah. And I'm like,
oh, my God.
Yeah. Anyway, guys have such a different take on things sometimes.
Totally. And thank God they do.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. If we were both falling apart, not good.
No.
But this does all connect, by the way. I let him just be the artist, and I just felt like he's so good, and I don't even know what I would paint at this time. My career is body paint and art and makeup and hair.
Right.
That's my career. That's how I get my art out.
Right.
But with the body painting, I was like, I'm actually painting again.
Yeah.
damn, it's
Yeah.
been years. And once in a while, somebody will ask me to do something. Like you would ask me to paint,
The murals.
little things
Yeah.
in here, little things here and there. Maybe once a year, I'd
Yeah.
get a client like that. And I come alive in this
Yeah.
very peaceful way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so different from makeup because makeup is a service that I need to get paid for, so I can't fully be...
Well, that's how you pay your bills, too.
Right, and so let's
Yeah.
be real. Like,
Yeah.
it's what they want.
Yeah.
It's not what I want.
Right.
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 I do it in my style,
Yeah. Oh, no, you're...
and I bring myself to
so
the
good at
table,
it. Yeah.
and I insist on that. But like,
Well, and it's here. You typically, and I could be wrong. Like when you're doing a mural, it's like you're in solitude.
yes,
It's different, right?
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
It's whereas when you're here, you're a people person. You're talking, you're speaking, you're doing, you're running, or whatever. And so when you're, I remember when you did the one here, I just gave you a key. And
People
it's
just give me
like-
keys.
Yeah,
and
yeah, but it's
and I
not
love it.
it's not isolation. It's solitude. It actually feeds you, I think.
It does.
Yeah, yeah.
It does. It is so peaceful, and I feel like I'm honoring why I came here.
Mhm.
Like I'm doing my purpose
Yeah.
when I'm alone doing my art.
Yeah, yeah.
And the body painting just woke up something in me that's like, first of all, I've painted pretty much everything I wanted to paint that was on my list. I mean, I still have a list, but it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
eh, I'm over it. I did it for 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I want more.
Yeah,
I want more.
yeah.
And
what is that more?
more now is I saw this tag once called hyperrealism drawing, and I was like, what's that? And on Instagram, and I follow it, and I saw this artist that was painting. I was like, what the heck is hyperrealism? Oh my god! It's drawing photographically. I can do that.
Yeah, you can.
Why can't I? I can teach myself. Like I can
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. This is so fun. Wow. So I bought new pencils, and going to the art store. Thank you for bringing
Yeah.
me. I'm in
Yeah.
my home, and yeah, I just bought all new tools, and I'm trying to buy the best of the best, and all the research and
So good.
and now I am. I've been doing it for 3 years, and it's so embarrassing what I started on to where I am now. So I've grown a lot.
Yeah, I'm
in-
sure. I
in
mean, I've
these
seen some of
3
your stuff.
years,
It's
like,
it's crazy.
I'm like, whoa.
It looks
It's-
so real, is what it looks
Yeah,
like.
that's the goal.
Yeah, it's just something that's a whole nother level. What's your thought process on like the digital art versus like your art that you do? Like what do you think is the thought process between the two of them?
Are you talking about AI?
No, not AI yet. No,
okay.
just like the digital, like a lot in a lot of the schools and colleges they teach the digital art, the gaming art, all that kind of stuff versus like
there's
your
a
art.
place for it. It's faster. I get it. It's just not me. Are you talking about like where animation is now?
Yeah, it's to me it's
know-
not, and I get in trouble when I say this. I don't know how creative.
You're not. So
That
my
is.
husband and I have been talking about this because he went to Phoenix Art Institute. That's no longer, but
Right.
and he took animation classes, and we both had the same takeaway. It was just like you get that degree, you get on with a company, and you are like, you will draw boots, you will do that. There's no creativity.
It's
just
like artist in a box.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
just an assembly line, and I'm like, oh, well, again, that's
Yeah.
not me. Okay,
But I think that people see that as I'm making a living with my art,
Yeah.
rather than the way that you did it was I'm gonna do my art and it will make a living for me.
yes.
I think there's a
Yes.
different way of doing that, right? And it's
Yes.
mindset.
But man, am I proud of anyone who will just do their art or their
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.
Find a job. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You're halfway there.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's
Yeah.
so many people, my husband included, that want that safety net. They want to know when the check is coming every 2 weeks. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been living my life not knowing when the check's coming.
Same. Yeah.
I don't, and I'm living on a prayer.
Yeah.
And it always comes.
Yeah.
And sometimes back in the day, boy, was I having trouble. I was counting change. Okay,
Yeah.
like,
I was rolling
I
change to
mean,
pay for my
yeah.
dinners at times.
yeah.
But I think that gives you a different mentality and a different what's the best? I don't even want to use the word confidence, but you have the ability,
grit.
resiliency, 1,000%. But I think you have the ability to know what you said when you said it was a prayer, right? It's like whatever this looks like, I don't know. I'm not trying to
I
control
wasn't
it.
attached to the outcome.
No, but when you live your life that way, and like I said a minute ago, it's like I'm going to make a living doing my art, or I'm going to do my art and it's going to make a living for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mindset.
It is.
And that's why to me the essence of an entrepreneur is someone who doesn't need to figure it out before they do it.
I don't
Otherwise,
have time. Yeah.
Otherwise, I think you're a business person. I think there's a difference. You know, it's kind of like even like all the things that I've done, the things that you've done. I never had to see it what it was going to look like. I just did it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and if it didn't
It'll
look
happen.
like it 100% because you're in line with your purpose. I mean,
Yes.
when you have that, you're like, okay, God, this is what sets me on fire. This is what lights me up. This is what it is. And this is where I'm going to go. You're going to take care of the rest.
You're going to, yeah. And you will be successmaccessful. You just will.
No.
Unless you literally just sit on the couch and do nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, but, you
But
know.
I think that's the mentality of I'm making an art. I'm making my art. It's making a living for me. It's like, no, make the art first, you know, and drive that.
Oh, that's
and
totally
hone
what
that
I'm doing
skills.
right now. Like, I mean, I've just got, you know, finished works that are just sitting.
Yeah.
They're sitting and on my dresser
They're
waiting.
incredible.
They're waiting, and I will make a living from them.
Oh,
I will.
hands
And
down. A very good living from them.
yeah, I hope it's really good.
No,
I get
have
sick
no
of waiting
doubt.
for checks in the mail, you
I
know.
have no doubt.
This freelance makeup is
So I want to wrap this up because I know
Yeah.
I've taken so much of your time. But we had a whole podcast before we had a podcast. But what would you be or what would you say? Because everybody always asks you what would you like what would you tell your younger self? I don't want to do that. I want you to say, you know, what would your older self be proud of that you've done?
Oh, don't make me cry.
Sorry, we're all getting older every day.
I know. I just need to report the news. That's what I'm going to do. I think I can't even talk because it will totally make me cry. I'm not like one of those like cute criers.
It's okay.
And my chin will go and
That's
I'm like, but it means a lot. Like I would be so proud that wasn't that the essence of the question?
Yeah, when you
but
get
I did it.
When you get to be what the age is,
Yeah.
however long God says you're going to be here, and when you get to that, because people always say, "What would you tell your younger self? Don't worry about what people think." And no.
Bop-a-da-bop.
No, it's not about that. It's bigger than that. You know, I mean, what would your older self be so proud of that your younger self actually
That I
did?
persevered.
Yeah, I mean, beyond. I mean, and I think too. I think that's something that our younger people today don't necessarily understand. You know what
You
that's
push.
like. Yeah,
You push through.
Yeah. Well, you don't have an option not to. When, like what you
Exactly.
said, Plan B is making sure Plan A works.
That is what Plan B is. There's only
Yeah.
Plan A. And I'm doing this kind of to honor my mom with the art world because she had a full ride scholarship in the late 60s to an art. I get this gift from her. And to go to an art school. And she turned it down to get married immediately and have babies. And she's like, it's the biggest regret of my life. She lives for us. Don't get me wrong. She's the most nurturing. She lives for us.
No.
But
there
like,
is something
it's the biggest
else
regret
there.
of her life. She
That-
ended
yeah.
up she was a stay-at-home mom. And then when they get divorced, she has no work experience, no way
Yeah.
to make money.
Yep.
So she puts herself to nursing school. You know, she's hospice nurse. She's an amazing woman, but
Yeah.
in those ways. But like, art was just always this thing, and so she would live through me and just
Yeah.
support me and just shower me with sketch pads and anything I ever needed, and was my biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
And she didn't get to have that career, and I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you are doing it, darling. You are doing it. But I think that's the biggest thing is you and I were talking a little bit ago. The nuanced conversation of being a woman, of going through these things, of having, you know, situations that maybe didn't turn out the way that you wanted them to.
Right.
And nobody wants to have the conversations of teaching you to be a strong woman. And teaching you
Yeah.
to whichever path you take, like with your mom, she chose that, and she doesn't regret it. But there is a version of her
Ooh.
that she never got.
She never got to
express.
do it, and man, was she good.
That's
She
sad.
was so good.
Yeah,
And I tell her all the time, I send her my artwork. Mom, I'm halfway through. What do you think of this? You know, we compare notes.
that's
And
awesome.
yeah, and I respect her so much, and she's just like, you're amazing, you know, typing back. She's so nice
Yeah.
about it.
But that's
But
a
I'm like,
beauti-
I'm gonna do this for both of us.
Exactly,
Mom.
and that's a beautiful relationship too. Whenever you have a nurturing, someone that actually sees the skills and the talents that you have, and it's passed through the generations. It's legacy.
It is. It
I
is.
mean, at the end of the day,
That's the coolest thing is that when
Yeah.
I'm gone, I don't care about what. I really just don't care
Yeah.
about what a reputation. I don't care about any of it. But what I think is really cool is like the lessons that I passed down to my kids. And my son is so creative, so that's wonderful. And my daughter has the art skill, and she's just not interested in it.
yeah.
She's not. She's so smart.
Maybe not now.
Yeah,
never know.
she's her art teacher was like, take my classes, keeps all of her art. She's just not.
Yeah, she's
doesn't
not
have
there.
the passion, but
Yeah.
yeah, but to pass those skills along, that legacy is
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
No, it is. You're 100%. Thank you so much for being with me today. I love this. The conversations. There's so much depth and richness in who you are and what you do, and I love having the conversations.
Thanks.
We may have to do a part 2. But thank you guys so much for listening in. We will get this up on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube as well. And if you just take a second and give us a 5-star, not a 4-star, not a 3-star, but a 5-star.
I mean, be
it's
honest.
Allison.
Be honest.
We would appreciate that, and we will see you soon.